The Marlborough Sounds has a massive snapper fishery. A lot of it offshore, and you've got to travel a wee way for it. But however, you can get them in the inshore as well in the summer months. They move into the shallower water, and the likes of the Marlborough Sound is known for its massive trophy snapper.
That strained look on your face.
Excited looking at it.
Massive snapper.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's heavy.
Is it a good one?
It's a great fish. So in the summer months, the snapper come inshore, really shallow. You catch them 3 metres through to say 20-30 metres. So winter time is when we target the really big snapper and out deep. So you're talking nothing under 50 metres, all the way through to sort of, I'll call them in 110 metres. We like putting the big ones back. We're big on our sustainable fishing. We want sort of our kids, their kids, that kind of thing, to be catching these big monsters in 20, 30, 50 years time. So if a fish is swimming, general rule on our boat is if it's over 10 pound and it's still kicking, we put it back. There's heaps of pennies out there as well to take. So if you can release those trophies, it's a good way to keep this fishery alive.
Yeah, look, I've been in Marlborough all my life, born and bred here. And I've always been involved in the sounds and vineyard scene. I've been dealing with marine and outdoors for probably ever since I've had a boat. And marine and outdoors have been absolutely fantastic. As far as service and commitment to what they're doing, they are 100% up there. I've never had a problem with them. I'm not lying, am I lying? Am I looking good? Is it showing any?
So this is the Southern 746 XP, so it's a 7.5 metre hardtop, really good offshore boat, but also comfortable for the whole family. The hull on the Southern boat's super sharp in the V, which gives you a great ride out there in the chop, in the big swell. It's also very soft and quiet as well. The composite hardtop, it keeps the weight down on the overall package, so we can tow this boat on an alloy trailer under 2.5 tonne. So any layman's ute can tow it easily. It sits on the trailer really nicely. It's also good in terms of you can carry more gear with less horsepower as well. We love the V6 4.2 litre range from Yamaha in our region. We have a lot of customers running them locally on their boats. Great match up in terms of power, economy, and obviously reliability as well. The only time we see them is back for the regular service intervals. Here in the Marlborough Sounds we get all sorts of fish species. We get blue cod, gurnard, snapper, kingfish, we get harpooker, terraki, we get good spear fishing as well. So at the back end of the boat we've got 2 extended dive platforms. We option this on as almost standard in our region. We've got a generous dive ladder, 3-step dive ladder, which is super easy to get up with fins on. Moving forward, we've got a big bait station on the transom, a lot of storage, and a live bait tank. So Yamaha have a great digital throttle control in their new range. It's super easy shifting through gears. There's no clunk like the old school style. It's super reliable as well, with no shift cables running to your outboard, and it just makes the driving experience a lot nicer for the user. So most people think the Marlborough Sounds is all about the blue cod fishing. It is. It's great for blue cod, but we also have other fisheries as well.
That's your cod right there.
You get your snapper season, so you're basically targeting snapper in the Marlborough and within the shallow waters. In the winter, you're going further out for your groper, your bigger snapper, and your kingies, but that's more further out, Derville Way in the deeper water.
We're fishing mostly bottom ship jigs. We find bouncing the bottom ships, sort of the pinks and that sort of thing, works really well on those big snapper, entices the bite. But if it's not running, if they're not biting, try it up, mix it up with a bit of bait as well. So we tend to use heavier and chinku jigs as well. It just gets it right down to the bottom in say 90 metres of water and a lot of current as well. And we're basically slow jigging. So we're bouncing along the bottom, keeping the line tight, We're only running sort of 20-pound braid. I run a little bit heavier leader. I like sort of trying to make sure that fish can't get off and get you into the bottom. So I run a 40-pound fluorocarbon leader usually.
Wouldn't have got this fish if it wasn't for a Yamaha on the back. We bought the Stobie I think it was about 14 years ago we bought the Stobie, and that's a 659. And size for us as a family is a good volume of boat, easy to handle. So we bought a boat that we didn't want to sleep on necessarily. We wanted a good fishing boat, and that's what we got. And then we went to the Yamaha on the back, the 225, and that's certainly picked the Stobie up. It's been ideal for it as far as performance and pulling out of the water, wakeboarding, skiing, whatever you want to do as a family. Been a great motor.